Hey guys, Making Money with Gary. Today is January 24th, 2025. Today is Friday. It's the end of the week. And I had to come out picking today. And right now it's just about the time the sun goes down, but not quite. And I'm going to stop, so that's why I'm making this video. And I'm showing you what I picked today, and I'm going to tell you what I sold today. What I sold today was one 3.5 pound order and three 2 pound orders. And 3.5 pound order is 105 gross. And the 2 pound orders are 65 gross. So you go 65 times 3 is 195, and 105. Oh wow, $300. $300. Okay, so I sold today $300 gross. That's not the net amount, that's the gross amount. Now let's take everything out and see what I made. I made around for the 2 pound orders between 45 and 50 per order profit. And I'll go with the lower number, 45. Say they're out in California and mailing them real far away. Okay, 3 times 45 is 135. Okay, so that's 45, 45, 90, 135. Okay, so that's 135. And then for the 3.5 pound order, it's $80 in my pocket. So 135 and 80 is $215. Right? Let's see, 80, 130, yeah, 215. So what I made in my pocket today was $215. And the gross amount is like 300. All right. So I had to come out here and pick. That's a lot what I sold. What I sold is probably with the extra, it's going to be a little over 10 pounds. And just a 2 pound order is 2 pounds, 3 ounces plus extra. So you times that by 3, that's even without the extra, it's 6 pounds, 9 ounces. And then you go 3.5 pound order, is 3.5 pounds. So it's 6.5, 3.5. So that's 6.5. Say 7 and 3, like 10 pounds. Like 10 pounds. Okay. And with the extra, it's going to be more. So look, guys. Right now, the sun is getting ready to go down. It's after 5. And I came out here late and I had to pick. So I'm going to show you what I picked. I'm going to show you what's in my hand here. And this ain't a lot. It's probably maybe 6 ounces, $10 right here in my hand. That's probably $10. It's more than 4 ounces, I know that. It's definitely around 6. So I'm going to say this is $10 in my hand. Now normally what I roll 8-ounce rolls, and that's how I sell them, in 8-ounce rolls. So an 8-ounce roll would be 2 ounces bigger than this. So this is equal to 6 ounces. This would make 6 1-ounce rolls. I also roll 1-ounce rolls. Now I'm going to put this in my bag, and guys, I'm going to straighten my bag out here, and I'm going to show you what's in the bag. And it's not really a lot in my bag, let me tell you. I haven't been out here long. I've probably barely been out here an hour and a half, maybe possibly 2 hours. Possibly 2 hours. And I'd say what's in this bag, I'm going to put the bag out front here. And I want to say what's in this bag is 4 pounds. So, here we go. I got to turn this down. So yeah, try to move that out of the way. So yeah, I don't, it's like 4 pounds. I know it's 4 pounds. I know what I picked. I picked like 8 good sized handfuls. So that is 4 pounds right there. Yeah, that's definitely 4 pounds. So look, guys, I'm out here, like I said, about 4 times a week. This is one of my secret honey hole picking spots. Here's a tree that fell down. And I'm going to show you this tree. It fell down. It's not really. It's the needles on it ain't long. So like the needles on that are not long. But now the needles in my bag, they're long. They're like 15 inches and up. They're all long needles. I'm just shining here just to show you a tree that fell. I'm trying something different now. I'm using a stationary camera versus holding something that's shaking all the time. And I get a lot of people that complain, oh, the camera's shaking, can you stop shaking the camera? Or different things. So I'm just trying this with the tripod. So all right, guys, I'm gonna ease my way back here. I'm gonna shine at that bag, and there you go. And there's my thing of water there, and you can see the needles on the ground here. They're all long. They're really long needles. I'll pull. Oh boy. Let's see. Well, I'll pull something and I'll put my shoe out there and show you how long these needles are. So you can see. I know you're just looking at needles, you're like, how long are they? Right? Okay. Here's a few right here. There's a few in my hand. Now I'm going to put these down right here. And you see them down. I'll put my shoe next to them. Okay, my shoe is a size 13. And I'd say they're between 13 and 14 inches. All right. And they're all longer ones here. They're a lot longer ones. That's a good size here. That's basically what people look for. It's a little longer. Or, well, around the same, 13, 14 inches. All right. Well, yeah, so I've been out here about an hour and a half, but really close to 2 hours. And I probably averaged about 2 pounds an hour. If you say I'm out here 2 hours, I average about 2 pounds an hour. Now these longleaf pine needles, I sell them. People buy them on the website that I sell them on. It's spelled E as in Eddie, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, Y as in yarn. And I sell a lot of different size orders. I sell a lot of different things on that website. And I've been on that website for 5 years. I'm also on eBay. I'm not really big on eBay, but I do sell on eBay. And I'm also on 2 other sites. I don't want to mention names, but I'm on a total of 4 sites. I'm not on Amazon, I'll tell you that. I'm not on Amazon. I was on Amazon at one time. I was very big on Amazon. And I didn't really, I had problems with that site. I had problems where they always wanted me to prove that I was me, and I wanted to see a water bill or something. There was, for some reason, they were always shutting me down, saying, look, we don't believe you're you, so we want you to send us a water bill and something. So you know what? After that happened to me about maybe possibly 10 times, I got off that website. And I mean, Amazon's a great site, don't get me wrong. It's not for me. It's not for me. And it's probably good whatever they do, that they're, whatever the reasons are, they do what they do. But Amazon was not for me. So eBay's all right, A-Books is good, Bonanza Books is good. There's a lot of good sites to sell books on and stuff. If you sell books also, like me, I also sell books. Now these longleaf pine needles I sell, I average like $27 a pound. And you're gonna hear me say this in every video. And I move over 100 pounds a month. And not over 100 pounds a month and over 1,000 pounds a year. And it's really picked up now. I'm very, very busy. Probably over the last year or so, I've been busier than I've ever been selling pine needles. I had months where I sold 150 pounds of lonely pine needles. I know it's insane. It's like people don't even believe it. You have to, if you go and look at my store, if you go up in my profile here on YouTube and you check out my store, and you could look and see the people that were satisfied with orders, you'll see I'm selling lonely pine needles. I mean, you'll see that. Not a lot of people will go up there and do that. Maybe 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10. But I have a good amount of good feedback showing that you can look in there and see all the pine needles I've been selling. I sell them like crazy. And I have a lot of repeat customers. And the repeat customers don't leave feedback because of course, they're repeat customers. Why are they going to leave feedback every time they buy an order off me? I mean, I have people that buy 10 pounds a month, and they do it on a regular basis. And I have people that buy 10 pounds every 2 months, and I have people that buy 5 pounds a month, and I have people that buy a pound a week, and I have people that buy a half a pound a week or less. And I have a large base of customers because I've been doing this for such a long time. So I have a lot of people that buy these lonely pine needles off of me. And what they do with these lonely pine needles is they make things and they sell what they make, and they'll make like, if somebody buys like 3.5 pounds off me, like somebody bought 3.5 pounds off me today, that 3.5 pounds, they're gonna probably turn that into possibly $2,000. And so they're paying with shipping and taxes and everything, they're paying $105. But that $105, but now they got to do work to make the money. They got to weave them and do what they do. You know, just like if somebody were to knit sweaters and sell sweaters they knit or whatever. They buy the yarn and then they have to make the product. Well, the same thing with the lonely pine needles. The only thing is with the lonely pine needles, the things that people make, they get phenomenal amounts of money for. They make door wreaths, they get between $30 and $50 a wreath. And I mean, with 1 pound, they can make like 10 wreaths. With 3.5 pounds, they probably make around 35 wreaths. You know, and not only that, they make placemats, they make mats that hang on walls, they make artwork, they make all kinds of intricate stuff with these lonely pine needles. They make baskets, they do basket weaving, and basket weaving is very popular, and a lot of people will pay good money for these baskets that look like Indian artifacts. They make them like the Indians made for hundreds of years, and they're beautiful looking artwork. It's almost like a painting, like a painter paints a painting, and then he sells that painting for a good amount of money because it's artwork. Same thing. So I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical when they probably see the video. They're like, wait a minute, you trying to tell me you sell 100 pounds of lonely? Yes, I do. I sell 100 pounds of lonely pine needles a month, and sometimes more. That's my average. I'm saying 100. Now, last year and the year before, it was between 80 and 120, but now it's 100 and over that I move a month. So I'm out here constantly picking. Constantly. And when I'm not out here picking, I'm picking in front of my house. And when I say picking, I have to pick these off the ground. And they have to be fresh, they can't be broken, so I can't get them off of a trail or anything. I have to go in the woods here and pick them. They have to be fresh needles that weren't stepped on and they're not broken and all messed up, because they can't use them if they're broken. You know, if you rake these and you try to collect them with the rake or something, they're all damaged. Nobody could use them. They can't make nothing with them. So they have to be unbroken. They have to be fresh. So I try to get them off the beaten trail in the woods. And the same thing at home in my driveway. If I pick them in my driveway, it's before I take the car. I'll go out and pick them real quick. And if I pick them between the driveway where the car ain't driven, I'll pick them anytime. But normally in the morning when I walk out of the house, what I'll do is I'll walk out of the house, and if I'm going somewhere to the store or something, I'll stop in the driveway real quick. I'll walk up and down. I'll spend about 10, 15 minutes, and I'll try to pick whatever I could pick. A couple ounces, possibly a pound, you know, and then I'll throw them on a chair in front of the house, and then I'll go out, do my thing, and I'll come home, and I'll bring them back in the house, and I'll throw them in my stockpile. And every day I do that. Every single day I leave the house, that's what I do. And if I'm not picking in my front yard, sometimes I'll go in my backyard and I'll pick a little. And then what I'll do is I'll take them and I'll put them up on the porch. And then I'll do whatever I'm doing out there. And whenever I'm done doing whatever I'm doing, a project or something, whatever I'm doing, I'll go up to the porch. I'll grab the needles I picked off the ground and I'll bring them in the house. And I'll go in the bag I have in the house, just like this Aldi bag here. And once that bag gets up to 5 pounds, which this bag here has 4 pounds in it. Once it gets up to 5 pounds, I take them and I'll wash them. I'll rinse them in the sink. I'll agitate them in the sink. And then after that, I'll have a little soap and vinegar and stuff. You know, get any insects, whatever's on them. And then or anything that's, whatever's on them, I'll soak them in the water. And then after that, I'll take them and I'll put them in the secondary sink. I'll let them dry the best they could dry. And then I'll put them somewhere to dry in a rack. And after 24 hours, I'll start bundling them and tying them. Bundling and tying until, you know, I use them all up. And then they'll go in my stockpile. They're ready to sell. And I repeat, and I keep doing this every day. And this is what I do to keep this business going. This is what I have to do. I have to pick at least, I have to average 25 pounds a week picking these longleaf pine needles. So if I sell, because I'm averaging 100 pounds a month, and I have to pick more than what I sell. So I have to have a little stockpile, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever. I have to have a stockpile that's ready at all times when people order. So what I do is I have a stockpile at all times. And then I'm constantly picking. I come out about 4 times a week away from the house. And every time I come out, I try to get 5 pounds. Today I only got 4. But I do try to get 5 pounds. And when I'm not doing that away from the house, every day I walk out my front door, I'm picking them off the driveway. And I'm not making videos every day that I do that. And sometimes I'll do it twice a day, and I might pick 4 or 5 ounces in 10 minutes or something, and then go out and do something, and then come back home and run around the front of the house real quick and pick another 4 or 5 ounces. And then just throw in the bag. Keep doing it. I keep accumulating. And then that's how I accumulate all my needles. And at the house, I'll probably pick a couple pounds a week. And then out here, I'm definitely picking out here. Like today, I picked 4 pounds. The other day, I picked 5 or 6. And I'm picking over 25 pounds a week between the house and being out. And sometimes at the house, if we get a really strong wind and stuff, I might run out there and pick a pound or 2, you know, if it's on the ground. And I'm always doing that, and I always have to do that because I always have to get my stockpile going. And I got to figure something out because I'm getting so many sales that I'm going to have to keep a bigger stockpile. I'm going to have to accumulate them faster because now it's getting overwhelming where, I mean, I could keep up with 150 pounds a month. Now, every month, could I keep up with 150 pounds if it went on every month? I don't know. I had done it a couple of times last year. I got hit one month, 150 pounds, boom. And then the next month might have been 100, and then another month, another 150. So I have been hit like that, and I had to really just pick like a madman. So, and sometimes I'll come out here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be out here picking. And there have been days where I come out in one day, and this is a lot, but I have done it. I came out one time and I picked the whole day through. And I believe I picked like 16 pounds. 16 pounds of longleaf pine needle. I was hit so hard that my stockpile just dried right up within like days. It was like gone. And I was like, I came out and all of a sudden I got a bunch more orders. And it was like I got hit with tons of orders. And at the time I was trying to keep my books going too, because I also list books. So what I had to do is I come out here a couple of days and I'd pick from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. I mean, yeah, I'd go for lunch and stuff and I'd come back and I'd pick. I do this for hours and hours and hours, and I get it. And the one day, I remember the one day I was really needed to catch up, and I managed to accumulate 16 pounds. And, you know, I mean, once you're out here for a long time, I mean, of course, I come out here, I didn't come out at 6 in the morning. I came out here around 8 o'clock, and then I picked to around 12 o'clock. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute, I got to stop, take a little break, recuperate. So then I went, got something to eat, and then after I ate and everything, I, just lounged around for a half hour, an hour, and then I come back out and I picked for another 4 or 5 hours. And I was really trying to accumulate. And at that time, we were having like a dry spell, and they were hard to pick. Like right now, they're plentiful. And sometimes we'll get these spells where they'll dry up. And when they dry up, it's real hard. It takes a long time to pick a little bit of them. But like right now, they're very abundant. So now I could come out for an hour or 2 hours and pick 5 pounds. I could pick 5 pounds in 2 hours. But when it's when they dry up and stuff, I'll be out here for a couple hours and I can't pick that much. What I got to do is I got to do a different little trick. And what I got to do is I got to move around. So I got to pick over here, then I got to run over there, and I got to go to different areas and keep picking. But now they're abundant, so I can just stay in one area and just keep picking. But this is what I do, guys. And anybody could do this. It's not hard to do. Anybody could do this. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, give it a thumbs up. Over and out.